Greetings, readers. I'm Sarah Reed, Oshkosh Public Library's Reader's Advisory Librarian, and I'm here with the June edition of Book Buzz, the YouTube video where I tell you about this month's new releases and make some recommendations for what to read while you wait. And it is finally summer. It's June. The sun is shining, the grass is green, and best of all, the Summer Reading Challenge has started at the Oshkosh Public Library. So make sure you register on Beanstack, the app, if you want to track that way, or come by the second floor reference desk and pick up your reading log so you can track your minutes and log them to enter for some fabulous prizes. There will be more details linked below so you can check out all the fun stuff we have going on for you this summer. But what should we read? There's so much new stuff releasing. We have a double-length episode for you today, and I've got plenty of recommendations for you. So here are just a few of this month's new releases. First up, I teased you last month about J-Pat's new release, and now I can finally tell you about it. James Patterson has teamed up with the legendary Michael Crichton to bring you Eruption, in which a history-making volcanic eruption is about to destroy the big island of Hawaii, but a secret held for decades by the U.S. military is far more dangerous and terrifying than any volcano. There's intrigue, action, adventure, disaster. What more do you need for summer? This title releases June 3rd, and if you're waiting in line for a copy, you might want to check out Harry Turtledove's Supervolcano Eruption, an apocalyptic thriller about the Yellowstone supervolcano. But maybe don't read that one if you're vacationing at Yellowstone, or anywhere near Yellowstone, or even kind of far from Yellowstone. Actually, you know what? Maybe you need a romance novel. So Christina Dodd's new historical romantic mystery, A Daughter of Fair Verona, releases on June 25th, and it asks the question, what if Romeo and Juliet survived and had 7 kids? This is the story of their 20-year-old daughter, Rosaline, and every time her parents try to set her up for marriage, she makes a quest out of finding a different bride for her suitor, until she meets a duke whose previous wives all died suspiciously, and Rosaline must solve the mystery before she becomes a part of it. This is described as Knives Out meets Bridgerton, and this one sounds like a must-read for mystery and romance readers alike. And if it sounds fun to you, tide yourself over in the meantime with Romeo and or Juliet by Ryan North, which is a comedic, romantic, choose-your-own adventure story for adults where the choices you make decide the fate of Shakespeare's most famous star-crossed lovers. Maybe they'll end up happily ever after, or maybe they'll end up in robot suits. It's up to you. Also releasing June 25th is Ahsley Poston's A Novel Love Story, which is a novel about novels. In this book, Eileen is on her way to her annual book retreat when her car breaks down, and she finds herself stranded in a small town that is eerily similar to the setting of her favorite romantic book series, one where the author passed away, leaving the story unfinished. Eileen soon discovers it's up to her to live out the story's happily ever after and bring closure to her favorite tale, but not everyone in town wants the story to end. For another romance novel where the heroine is stranded in a mysterious setting and must take control of the story, check out Diana Gabaldon's Outlander series. There are 9 big novels, 10 interspersed novellas, and the final 10th book is soon to be released, so now is an excellent time to get started on that epic series. Mystery lovers are also in for a treat this month. Jacqueline Winspear's final 18th installment of the Maisie Dobbs mystery series releases June 4th, and it is titled The Comfort of Ghosts. This book wraps up the loose ends of Maisie's adventures and gives a fascinating portrayal of life in Great Britain after the end of the Second World War. In this story, Maisie finds 4 teen orphans squatting in a mansion, and her attempts to help them bring to light the mystery of her own husband's death. If this sounds like your cup of tea, start with book 1 of the series, which is just called Maisie Dobbs. On a slightly darker end of the mystery spectrum, on June 6th, A new book from Lucy Foley called The Midnight Feast is released, in which 5 people present at the opening of a manor house luxury retreat find themselves facing their pasts and the dark history of the manor itself in an adrenaline-fueled, character-driven murder mystery crime thriller. Foley's books are perfect for fans of Ruth Ware, and if this one sounds good, check out Ware's The It Girl while you wait. Following that path into darker fiction, horror fans are being especially spoiled this summer. Riley Sager's Middle of the Night releases June 18th, in which Ethan must return to his childhood home, the place where his best friend Billy went missing when they were 10 years old. But strange things are happening around town that make Ethan wonder if Billy is still around. As he investigates, he'll have to reforge old relationships, face the past, and dig a little deeper into the urban legends about a mysterious institute in the woods and the monsters that walk there. If you like the sound of that, you might enjoy Josh Malerman's novel Inspection. And speaking of Josh Malerman, his new title, Incidents Around the House, releases June 25th. In this story, 8-year-old Bella is haunted by an entity she calls Other Mommy, who asks her every night, "Can I go inside your heart?" And it's clear that the haunting will escalate until Other Mommy gets an answer. Early reviews are warning to read this one with the lights on. This book is perfect for fans of A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay, who, guess what, also has a new book out this summer. Paul Tremblay's horror movie releases June 11th. This novel takes on the cursed film trope and tells the story of an unfinished, unreleased horror movie being remade by Hollywood with the help of its only surviving cast member. But as they dig deeper into the secrets buried in the original script and the tragedies that left the original film unfinished, the lines between movie and reality start to blur. If that sounds amazing, and of course it does, read Experimental Film by Gemma Files in the meantime. The last horror novel on my list is also our featured debut of the month, Monika Kim's The Eyes Are the Best Part, which releases June 25th. It's described as a brilliantly inventive, subversive, feminist, psychological horror novel about a young woman unraveling and the making of a female serial killer from a Korean-American perspective. For a similarly unnerving feminist horror story, and also a debut from last year, check out CJ Leede's Maeve Fly. It is a summer of sequels for fantasy readers, as Book 3 in Seanan McGuire's Alchemical Journey series, Tidal Creatures, releases on June 4th. No spoilers here, but get started with Book 1, Middle Game, and Book 2, Seasonal Fears, while you wait for this one. Tommy Adeyemi is also releasing Book 3 in her Legacy of Orisha series, Children of Anguish and Anarchy. This latest installment releases June 25th, and you can start with the first book, award-winning Children of Blood and Bone. Highly recommended. In general fiction, there are some exciting new titles as well. Bear by Julia Phillips is already making waves. This book is out June 25th and is about 2 sisters living on an island in the Pacific Northwest. The sisters are struggling to get by and at risk of losing their island. One day, one of the sisters sees a bear swimming alongside the ferry she drives, and they later see the same bear lurking around their home. One sister sees it as a sign that they should leave, and the other sees it as a sign of enchantment. The book explores the bonds of sisterhood, the mysteries of nature, and is described as rich and mythical. Julia Phillips' work is truly unique, so for a similar read, I recommend her earlier title, Disappearing Earth. Ellen Hildebrand is releasing the final book in her Nantucket series, Swan Song, on June 11th. In this thrilling finale, Police Chief Ed Kapanish is forced to postpone his retirement when a $22 million summer home burns down and the family's personal assistant, who happens to be his daughter's best friend, is missing. Hildebrand is the queen of big, beefy beach reads, so if that's what you're looking for, check out all of her backlist, or start with A Summer Affair, Book 1 in the Nantucket series. For another vacation-themed summer read, try Catherine Newman's June 18th release, Sandwich, about a family taking their usual summer vacation, but at a time when they're all on the cusp of big life changes. There are growing teens, aging parents, memories full of tenderness and sorrow, and this book is described as both touching and humorous. For a similar vibe, check out They May Not Mean to, But They Do by Kathleen Shine. We're truly spoiled for stories this June, and that includes the true stories. So in nonfiction this month, Garrett M. Graff releases When the Sea Came Alive, an oral history of D-Day. The book releases June 4th, just 2 days before the 80th anniversary of this historic event. This book focuses on the human drama of the day, the stories of the people themselves, their individual perspectives of the events, and for another book with that personal first-hand accounts of D-Day, try D-Day as They Saw It by John Lewis. If you enjoy your June reads, be sure to come tell us about them at the Not Your Classic Book Club on June 20th at 6 p.m. in the lower level conference room, where there's no assigned reading. You just tell us what you read and what you enjoyed or didn't enjoy and what you recommend or don't recommend. It's a fun time. You can also join us for Banned Book Club on June 25th at 6:30 p.m., where we will be discussing All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson, and copies are available at the second floor reference desk. So that's all for June Book Buzz. Lots of new titles released this month. This barely scratches the surface of all the good stuff coming out for the summer. So be sure to stop by the second floor reference desk for more recommendations or any information. And don't forget to start logging your reading minutes in your reading log so you can enter for all of our fun Summer Reading Challenge prizes. That's all, and I'll see you next month for more Book Buzz. Bye!